Hey everyone, it's Ann. It's good to virtually see you. And as you can see, I'm here at Mountain Yoga, and it's a absolutely beautiful afternoon. The light is streaming in, and I so wish you were here so we could do some yoga together. But I'm really happy that so many of you are still doing yoga via the Zoom classes. And it's just really been heartening to see all of you turning to your yoga during this time to get a little solace, a little health, sheltering in place. So I'm reaching out to you because most of you probably saw that Alameda County yesterday announced that they are going to continue the official shelter in place through May. And I wanted to reassure you that we are here for you. We're not going anywhere. I like to say we're steady as a mountain, and we're going to continue to support you through this shelter in place forever, however long that is. If it goes past May, we'll still be here. So we'll be keeping up our full class schedule, and I don't know how many of you realize that we're actually providing you with more classes than we did when we were in the studio, to give you more options. Lots of you are coming more often to yoga, so that's wonderful to see. A lot of you are trying out new things like meditation. We now have meditation 4 mornings a week, plus Wednesday night, plus Sunday morning. We have chanting. We have yoga nidra now on Fridays. If you haven't tried that, you should really try that. We have a new strength conditioning class on Sundays, so you don't get weak hanging out around the house. So yes, we'll be continuing live streaming classes. And many of you have asked, when we come back to the studio, do we think we'll still have live streaming classes? And the answer is yes. I'm most convinced that when we come back to the studio, we'll still maintain a live stream component because that seems to really be working for people. I also wanted to share with you a few other things we're going to be doing for you this month. I want you to feel like you can really lean heavily on us. I know some of you are going a little stir crazy, so your yoga is a good resource to turn to find that equanimity, to try to maintain some sort of energetic and emotional balance moving forward. So on the horizon, something I'm very excited about, our Yoga of Writing workshop, which was scheduled for May 17th, is still going to happen, but we've changed from echo grief to COVID grief. So if you have a lot of feelings, and kind of who doesn't, about this, crisis that we're living through. It may not feel like grief to you. It might be more anxiety or despondency or just nervousness. A great way to process that and to find some meaning in it, maybe some wisdom, is through writing. This is why we offer the Yoga of Writing courses. And Chris De Lorenzo is a fantastic teacher. He's taught here before. These afternoons tend to be really special. I always go to them. I always come out feeling like more human, more heartened. They tend to be, we deliberately keep them small so that people can share freely, and there's plenty of time. So if you're thinking you might like to come, registration is open now, and I encourage you to register as soon as possible because there's only 14 spaces available. The other thing that we're going to be doing is I have been feeling a tremendous need from all of you when I come to teach class to really be able to share, what's going on with you, to just to be witness, to vocalize it. And so we're going to have a town hall meeting. Town hall doesn't quite have the feeling of what I'm hoping the meeting will be, but it's the closest I can come to. This is going to have 2 purposes. One is really for all of us as a community to get together, which is what you do in town halls, and just share, what's been going on, what's been difficult, what's been helpful, what sort of insights, if any, have arisen. And then second, I want to open up the floor to hear from all of you about moving forward. How do we envision once shelter in place is lifted? How do we envision coming back to the studio? What do we think we'll want that's the same? Maybe we'll want something that's different. For example, we already are hearing from you that you're going to want, many of you, to continue the live streaming in conjunction with the live classes. So I am moving into thinking about the future, and I would love all of your voices to be part of my planning process. So this will be on Tuesday, May 17th in the afternoon. If you can come to that, that would be great. And for those of you who can't come, I'm going to also be putting out a survey, probably next week by email, with just some real simple questions, and it won't take you long. I'm someone who just really has very short patience for long surveys, so I'll try to keep it to a half dozen simple questions, but it will help you have a voice in the future of what we're doing, and it will also really help me a lot as I direct the studio forward, so you can keep your eye open for that. And many of you have asked, how can you help the studio? And really, you're already doing it. The best thing you can do for the studio, because really the studio is little more than our community, is by continuing to be a member of our community, by continuing your memberships, continuing to come to class, continuing to support our teachers. Our teachers have been awesome through this whole period. And thanks to you, we've been able to keep all our teachers employed, which I feel really good about, and assume that we're going to be able to continue to keep them employed moving forward. So really, that's the best thing that you can do. And a couple of smaller things. Some of you have been sharing our online classes with your friends and your family, and that's really awesome. First of all, it's really fun because we're having classes now with people from all over the world and all over the country. And it's always fun to see relatives in class or longtime friends coming together in class. So if you have some friends, maybe you've been telling about your studio or maybe telling them about your favorite teacher, if you could reach out to them and make a date, have them come meet you for yoga. First class is free, so it won't cost them anything. And if they like the experience, then we have a 2-week introductory session that's very inexpensive. And they could try out maybe becoming a permanent part of our community. So that would be very helpful to us. And, maybe after watching this video, you can just sit down and shoot out a few emails to people who come to mind. And we'll see what happens. The other thing is we have a little gift that we want to send you, but we realized that we don't have many addresses in our system. So if you could go into your Mind-Body account, maybe again right now before you forget, and put in your address and check to see if you're getting emails and texts, because things are changing very quickly, as you know, during this sheltering in place time, and we want to keep you informed. So I want to make sure you're on receiving our emails, receiving our texts. And then we'll get that little gift to you, which I think you're going to like. So I think that's everything for now. I can't think of a better way to close than to chant together. Let's chant our little Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu chant, which simply means, I don't think we could have a better sentiment. Let's come together and be happy. Let's come together and feel okay, feel some well-being, which is what yoga is here for. So if you don't want to chant, you could just listen. If you want to, fold your hands over your heart, and let's chant Om all together. Om. And repeat after me. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Hari Om. Thank you so much, everyone. I hope to see you soon. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.